What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. You're watching Upstate Maverick. My name is Nick. Today we are doing a second spraying of my grandparents' property. Basically, we had sprayed these trails just to keep them knocked down after using a big skid steer and brush cutter to make these trails or recut these trails. They used to exist and then they were abandoned for 6 or 7 years. And now, instead of having to mow them or brush hog them every so often, we've just been chemically spraying them. They have about 15 acres of unmaintained land back here, and probably about 2 acres of that, if you put it all together, is trail system now. So probably a couple miles of trails, depending on the way you went around them. And this is the sprayer I built to kind of maintain this. So I already did a build series, or beginning of the build series, and I didn't really finish it because there wasn't a whole lot of interest in the video. So I'm just going to kind of show you an update of how I finished out this sprayer, or how it's working now, and show you it in action. So I kind of had started with a 55-gallon drum. I bought this V4 pump. This is a 5.5 gallons per minute electric 12-volt pump. So that is plenty of flow for this setup. Each one of these nozzles is rated about half a gallon a minute. So I'm spraying about 2 gallons per minute at, I think it's 60-ish PSI. I have it set at right now. It's adjustable from 40 to 70, I believe. So I have it kind of running at a little bit higher pressure just to get some more volume out of these 4 spray nozzles. So what I did here was I took some conduit, just 3/4 inch conduit, and I used these connectors from Maker Pipe, which are awesome, and you can build all kinds of stuff. It's what I built my firewood bundler out of. But I just used some of these connections. At the 45 connection, there's a small piece of conduit coming up through this hitch mount. This hitch mount here is just one of those ones that you put like a D-ring on. I took the D-ring out, stubbed a piece of conduit through there, pushed it up through, and then 45'd it out. This piece is probably, I don't know, 20 inches or so long. And then I have this 5-foot piece of conduit here that just kind of fits perfectly behind the gator that my grandparents own. I got 4 T-Jet nozzles. You can look through their website and they kind of show you what size to use for what your application is. But I just use these. I think they're the AIRX series. I'll link it all down in the description. Every piece and part I used for this. And then I bought some high pressure hose. Use these hose clamps to just attach these. T-Jet, the maker of these spray nozzles, they also make these connectors, which actually connect right to conduit, so it'll hold it on there. It's 2 parts. So basically just clamp it around. You can see that it's open on one side and then open on the other, so it kind of just holds that nozzle right in there. I put these end caps on, which you can buy from Maker Pipe. Connected all of these, just use nice zip ties to do it. Bought a couple T's from T-Jet, same thing, just clamped them all together and made this whole system here. So that runs up to another T, which I just bought a cheap 2-position valve. And then off of this line is the T-Jet spray wand. This is good for spot spraying if you got like trees you want to spray underneath. It's the aluminum spray wand. It was like 20 bucks. And I just have this kind of into I think this is a 3/4. I think I have a 1/2 to 3/4 inch adapter. This might just be a 1/2 inch. I'm not sure. And that drops down, basically down into the tank. I've run out of water, so I figured I'd start filming this video. But that comes out and has a 90 on the bottom, just to make sure that you're not sucking straight down and get stuck to the bottom of the barrel. But I just added this piece of wood just to help give some support to these fitting connections here, because I didn't want stress on that where it went down. Drilled some holes in the side of this 55-gallon drum, put these little eye bolts through there, put a carabiner because I couldn't fit the ratchet strap through here, and I just wanted to use 1 ratchet strap per side. So this bed has some D-rings in it, so I just attached it through like that. This was super simple to make. Takes some time. You gotta do your measurements and try to get everything spaced out evenly. You want these to sit just about 20 inches off the ground. So you gotta figure all that out, but it's really simple and you can save so much money doing it this way. And if you wanted and you had a different type of system, you could turn this on its side, keep those bung holes closed. Yes, and it's a funny word, but that's what these are called, bung holes. You could turn it on its side and you could drill holes down in the top and mount it all hard. Eventually I will mount this probably affixed to here, but Actually, today I'm planning on taking this home so I can use this at my house, but I'll leave the barrel here because I don't need to transport it. I got more barrels at home. So the one thing I've been having issues with, and I think it's my own fault, is I left some of this glyphosate 2,4-D mix sitting in the bottom of this, and I think it kind of coagulated a little bit. So I didn't check this in a minute here, so it's probably dirty. Yeah, you can see that screen's getting plugged up. So I've just been, you can kind of get all that out, but I think it almost like coagulated, hardened up in there. But so it's nice that this Vevor pump came with that strainer in there. Just help keep it a little cleaner, but I would look back a couple times and saw that it wasn't flowing. That's kind of the build. Let me show you in action. Just real quick, I know I had mentioned that this is the second spraying. I'll show some clips real quick right here of the first spraying and what it looked like afterwards, and I couldn't believe it. Basically, what I've done is mixed 2 quarts per acre of glyphosate. So every acre, I estimate about how much land I'm doing. So I just, did the math of how long each trail is and how wide I want each trail to be. And then, you can put that in a calculator online and it'll give you the acreage. So this is about 2.5 acres. So I put a whole gallon of glyphosate in here mixed with the 50 gallons. It doesn't matter how much water you're putting in. You just need to know how much area you're covering, how fast you're driving. It's all about how much you put per acre, not how much you put per gallon. I know the back of the bottle says per gallon, but you want to mix it per acre. So 2 quarts per acre of glyphosate will just decimate all this. You might use a little extra than you need, or a little more, but there's no reason. You're just wasting the chemical. So 2 quarts per acre, and then use a pint per acre of 2,4-D, which is like a broadleaf, different types of weed sprayer. It kills it just in a little bit different way, and it helps with this type of stuff where it's all a vast variety of different weeds. So I mixed both those in. So basically what I ended up doing was a gallon of glyphosate and a quart of 2,4-D in here. And it worked out great last time, so I'm just going to stick to that. It's working good. And I'll put those clips in right now, just a picture, and I think they're vertical phone videos, but you get the idea. My grandparents have this little John Deere XUV 590i. It's pretty great for what it is. He's 93 years old. He uses this to go get the mail at the end of their long driveway, pull the trash can out there. It's not the best of the best. You're not talking Polaris or Can-Am or anything like that, but it really is more than capable of maintaining a property like this. Here you can kind of get an idea of what the sprayer had done to this trail. It'll take about, 10 to 14 days for this application to kill off whatever I see here, but I got to go refill some water, and then we will give you a little demonstration of how this thing works. So like I was saying, this is a respray, so you can see it's already kind of dead here, but if you just look kind of at the back, you can probably see that thing just put a nice bead of mist here. Figure it's not the worst thing in the world to just give you a little demo of what it looks like up close. You can just see as soon as you put power to that pump, it builds enough pressure and pumps all that fluid out. And I decided I wanted to use all the rest of the hose I had bought. I bought 25 foot total, so I had a lot of reach on this spray wand. So it makes it kind of nice. I can just walk out here and leave the gator on and hit all this stuff that you wouldn't otherwise be able to drive up to. Not that I couldn't drive that in here, I guess, but makes it easy. You just do something like this and just hit this stuff. So I had missed a couple spots last time that I wanted to get knocked down and keep knocked down, so I just filled up a little bit more, about just half full, 25 gallons, and we're just gonna do some spraying here too. it was definitely not as tall as it is right now when I sprayed it the first time. So I'm curious to see, you know, how the chemical does with stuff like this. Will it be standing brown? Will it, you know, shrivel down and die? No idea. Sorry I got the camera gear in here, but I will say the one major shortcoming we have of this system is it pulls quite a bit of power. It pulls about 17 amps at 12 volts. So that's a decent amount of juice. I needed some 10 gauge cable. So I use these, I like these SAE, you know, pre-made connectors. You can buy these extension cords. So this is a 10-foot, 10 gauge SAE extension cord. And I have another one that's, you know, attached to the battery. The problem is they don't make any switches that are relatively inexpensive for me to put between here. So I've just been unplugging and plugging back in. It's not ideal. I plan to fix it. Plan to come up with some other plan here, but for now it works. So I've been getting by with that. But that is one shortcoming we've been having. I have no idea what's going on. Every time I try to film this outro, my phone shuts off on me. I don't know if it's overheating or what, but thanks for watching. I will leave all the parts, pieces, everything I used to build this down in the description. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or leave it in the comments and I will get back to you. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.